We're spending a beautiful day at McCall Waterfront Park in downtown Portland. In the backdrop is the Hawthorne Bridge. You may remember if you've seen the movie The Hunted. Benicio del Toro and Tommy Lee Jones jumped off that very bridge. Who's responsible for bringing the big name actors to town? Well, we welcome to Comcast Newsmakers Vince Porter, Executive Director of Film and TV with the Governor's Office. When we talk about bringing actors to town and production companies to town, is Oregon film friendly as far as taxes, what we charge, comparatively speaking, to a lot of other areas?
Well, I think we're incredibly film friendly. I mean, one thing that is true is it's a very competitive environment. There are 40 states out there looking for this business because, you know, it's a $13.6 billion exporting business for this country, and everyone wants a piece of it. So we're out there fighting hard, and we do have incentive programs, but as far as film friendly goes, I mean, the city of Portland, all the communities really rally to try and bring good, interesting films to the state.
What can you offer a production company that other states may not be able to?
Well, we do have an incentive program that many other states, and I think what we try and do is get that as an opening conversation, and then what we open is personal service. I mean, I can tell you that when Leverage came to town, they came to town after a phone call from the governor and a serious outreach from the city of Portland. And so there aren't many places that you can get that kind of personal attention, and I think certain films and television shows really appreciate that.
So the governor was your leverage in getting Leverage to town here.
Governor was my leverage, yes.
And if you don't know, Leverage TV program with Tim Hutton in it.
Yes.
And how long has it been in town? It's a few years now.
Now that they're currently filming their second season, they filmed their first season in Los Angeles, and we were able to coerce them to come up here for their second and then subsequent season. And they've been great. They've been amazing partners. I think they love the experience here. I always like to point out they last year hired 397 people from Oregon on that show alone, and we're expecting those numbers to be even higher for this season.
Now, why is it that companies are maybe wandering outside of the Los Angeles area to shoot their productions? Is it a money savings thing for them?
Well, there's a money savings. I think Los Angeles has had such a long-standing tradition of filming. It's gotten to be certain types of films, it's gotten to be more difficult. And then also the technology and the diversity of the crews that are available in Oregon and all over the country, they're now abundant. And so when states outside of California opened their eyes up to the opportunities, the film companies started paying attention.
Well, 2009, from what I understand, was Oregon's best year as far as attracting money.
Right.
What kind of economic impact does that have on the community?
Well, I think it's huge. I mean, you know, other than just the jobs data that I was just referring to, and then every film has very impressive amount. They hire a lot of people in a very short period of time and keep them working for a while. And the wages itself are generally tend to be higher than the statewide average. But then there's also how it spreads out throughout the community. I also, you know, we get all kinds of data, and I love to track it. On Leverage, they use 280 vendors in Oregon, and whether it's a construction supply company, the hotels, the restaurants, the flower shop. We've talked to flower shops and security companies, so it really has a broad impact. That's total out-of-state filming that came into town, came into the state was 62 million. That, if you ask a fairly conservative economist, I'm not one, but you ask any economist, that will translate to about $120, $130 million of impact.
All right, now a lot of people like to hear the big names. In '09, we had Harrison Ford, I know. Who else?
Yes. We had Harrison Ford and Brendan Fraser that starred in...
No, I said the big names.
Yeah, well. Harrison Ford and Brendan Fraser in Extraordinary Measures. Of course, Tim Hutton in Leverage and their whole cast, who apparently one guy that's quite big out there is Christian Kane, who's on the show. He happens to be a country singer as well, and just reading a little bit about Christian, he's got quite the following.
Yeah.
Go to his Twitter account, you'll see He's got quite a few fans. Let's see, who else? So Gus Van Zandt, of course, our local director with the incredible
celebrity.
reputation. Yeah.
All right, so if you could, this is my request for next year. Can you get that done?
Téa Leoni.
Téa Leoni, okay.
Well,
work on that?
We'll work on it.
All right, thank you very much, Vince Porter. We appreciate you joining us on Comcast Newsmakers. Make it a great day.